was her AI note taker. So, and it might pop into the chat and say things like, I don't hear anybody talking. Are you still there? So don't feel obligated to reply to that. All right, everybody, we're going to just dive right in. And I just realized this. I did not really update on the products. So I'm going to kind of go back actually. Oh, not now. So my computer decided to update tonight and then reinstall Zoom. So it's been fun. Frankincense 200 PV promo is still going strong all month long. You can qualify for that up to 4 times. Holiday products are still available, but going fast. We did get an update for Bubble Diffuser and Hoogie Blend. Is 90% sold out. And I think that's kind of it for the updates in terms of product availability and so forth. So tonight, we are going to jump into oils for babies, kids, and teens, and we're going to kind of work our way through. This is the last of our Oils Through the Ages series. And so we're super grateful for everyone who shared with us along the way. It's been so much phenomenal education, and I'm super, super grateful. So we know that oils are super beneficial for everyone, and especially the littles. And I started using oils when my kids are 3 and 1, and I can't say enough about how amazing they were. And I wish as they were older, it was as easy to get them to use their oils. It's a little bit harder. But here's some just general oil safety for all babies, children, and teens. So we want to supervise our children or teach them the oils that they can use, that they should be cautious of. Always give children smaller doses than you would give an adult. Always dilute essential oils before using them on children to reduce sensitivity. I always suggest to like just using something, once to see if there's any types of adverse reactions before diving into too many protocols at once. We want to avoid sensitive areas. So again, eyes, never put essential oils in eyes, never directly in ears, never directly in nostrils, although I highly recommend Correct X in nostrils. Essential sunlight exposure, all those photosynthetic rules that we follow, not photosynthesis, photosensitive rules that we follow, we want to follow with children, and even a bit more cautiously. Store them out of reach. I won't lie, mine were pretty always in reach, but I do appreciate that some of the hotter oils have safety caps, but like definitely oregano, thyme, some of those hotter oils we want to be aware of. Consult with your child's doctor before using any of them, particularly if you have any health concerns. I always say to though, follow your intuition. If you know your oils well enough, you know what's best for your babies. Less is always more, and that's in general. And it's just start with smaller amounts. Always test. And this goes for all ages. Test a skin area. Certain parts of the skin can be more sensitive than others as well. So, and then here are some dilution ratios: 1 to 6 drops per 10 ml roller. I follow that, 9 to 15 drops per 10 ml roller for children, and then teens. I consider a lot of teens adult size at that point, so 15 to even 50 drops per roller. So with babies, especially, we're going to start with the babies. We're going to always remember to keep it safe. Dilution is really key. Opt for mild baby-friendly essential oils: lavender, Roman chamomile, frankincense, copaiba, Siberian fir. Those are really gentle. I think tea tree as well is one. Lemon is another one. Diffusion distance: place the diffuser in a well ventilated area, so you don't want it to be too close to baby's crib. to just ensure that gentle diffusion. And here's a great teething roller blend. I particularly, when people ask about teething, typically recommend Copaiba as the go-to, and that's really, okay to put on the outside, the jaw line, but then also right on the gums as well. You could do that though with lavender and or frankincense as well. So this is a great, roller blend for teething babies. Uh, and you can rub outside topically, but three of these four oils can be used internally. And I would just honestly, put the oil on the finger and rub them right on the teeth. Let me check the chats. Okay. Ray said one of her customers is rubbing Copaiba on her baby's gums for their teeth. So awesome. Using oils with kids. Oh, we can see that this is a little outdated. I think IQ Mega will be a product that will be phased out. For now, it's still around, but I think it will start to be phased out. So again, aromatic use, topical use, the kids collection makes it super easy. And then internally, you can dilute a drop of Copaiba and rub on the gums. You can add oils to the eye. So I've heard this a lot as as like a remedy. People adding the essential oils that they want into the IQ Omega and having using it as a spray in the mouth, or even just taking it internally. I know for myself, when I want my kids to take the oils internally, like especially On Guard and stuff, obviously they're older now. I use a lot of honey, but I love the idea of using the omegas. And even the omegas that we have now, you could just, pop one of those open, poke a little hole, and squeeze out the omegas. So if you're curious about where you apply oils on your kids, so you want to think about the application of essential oils as acute. So where you have an acute need, if your tummy hurts, right around the belly button. If your head is filled with tension, apply to the back of the neck or the forehead. If you have an owie or boo-boo, apply it on and around the area. Teeth and gums, roll along the jaw and then dilute and apply to the gums. If it's, your joints, if there's your joints, roll on that affected area. Now, if you're just wanting general support for immunity support, the spine is a great place. The bottom of the feet is a great place. All of your pressure points, your wrists, behind your ears, like there really isn't a wrong place to apply the oils topically because your body absorbs them so quickly. So, but again, it makes sense if you have an acute need to apply the oil to the acute area of concern. So I don't know about you guys, but I love this kids collection. I think it's such a great, well-rounded. The only thing I could say about this is I wish that they had a respiratory blend in here. But I really feel like you can use Rescuer because of that spearmint in there. So as you're sharing this with people, I feel like that's the one oil blend, like a kid's breathe, I would love to see. But because that Rescuer has that spearmint, I do feel like that's a great oil to help. And there's some citrus in there as well that can help support the respiratory system. So I highly encourage you guys to, as you're sharing it, suggest using Rescuer for respiratory support. Okay. In the comments, tell me which is your favorite blend. I love Tamer. Tamer is just, I love Tamer. I love Tamer more than I like Digestion. Can you guys see my slides? Yeah, Bernice, you could see it. Okay, sorry. I don't know why. It looks like everybody else can see the slides. Maybe log out and log back in. So, immune support for kids is going to be the same immune support that we use as adults. On Guard, right? We love On Guard. Kanani loves On Guard. So, beadlets are a great option. Tay still likes, would prefer to swallow beadlets than larger size pills. So, these are just a perfect, easy way to get our kids to utilize the immunity blend, which it is on the stronger side. And then here's a great On Guard hack. You can poke any of the soft gels, you guys. The new Omegas, you can poke them with a pin and squeeze that into a roller bottle. And what's great about that On Guard blend is that there's Melissa in there and some other really heavy hitting immune supporting oils on top of the On Guard. And then you can roll that along your spine, base of your neck, or your feet. If you were traveling and you didn't have On Guard oil, but you had soft gels and you had an aggravated throat, you could pop that On Guard in your mouth. You could poke a hole in it, squeeze out that On Guard, what's in the On Guard soft gel, and put it on honey or something. So that's a great tip. Felicia says she loves Tamer. Oh, she uses it as lip gloss. Okay. Kanan said On Guard is like rice bread in my house. Every day it is consumed. My mom said, I love On Guard, fighting for signs of feeling yucky. Fish says, Kanan says Fish is the only person she knows that uses Tamer as a lip gloss. I could see that because of that mintiness in there as well, right? You could apply that for some plumping effect. I really think our oils are so versatile. You know, so many times we think so linearly, like I have to use this oil for this ailment, and really you probably have a lot of oils that can support. And if you're in a pinch, you know, you can sub out a lot of oils to help support. So, does your little one have big emotions? I mean, I feel like the little ones and the big ones and everybody in between has the emotions, right? So, I think what's really cool about essential oils is that they can, um, they can really help support us with working through our feelings, with calming ourselves. If you're really able to assist your children in finding oils that work for them and inhaling them and making that part of the process. And you know what? If I'm being super honest, you guys, like I don't do this enough, and I don't have my kids do this enough. And it's hard now that they're older to kind of look back and be like, gosh, I should have been. When they were younger, I was so good about this. And as they get older and you kind of are like, they brush their teeth on their own and they do all these things on their own, like I've definitely noticed that we've gone away from being really, I mean, it was like every morning, every night, On Guard on the bottoms of the feet. But now, honestly, I'm trusting that they're doing it, and they're probably not. So I got to figure out a way before they leave me and going into high school and now in middle school, like to really lean back into utilizing their oils to support their emotions. Yeah, Kanan, I could see that, right? Because Cody like started from baby and all the way up. And the thing is, what I love is like when the kids get something, they always ask for oils first. It's not, can I have medicine? It's what oil do I take, mom? You know, Zai got huge strawberries this weekend playing football on turf. And, immediately got in the car and was like, I'm going to go shower and I'm going to put Correct X right on them, mom. So it's like they know and they will use those things first, but it's not part of their like everyday habit. And that's something I really want to help them with. And I know that I need to be sort of better about that. So, here's a great activity. I will say this, Tay does still love doing this, and I need to be better about this, but making roller blends together. This is also something fun. Like I did it before with like when she was in 4-H, and when she has little friends over, like allow them to smell the oils, to create blends that they love, use pretty roller bottles if you have crystal chips or flower petals or that kinds of things. So definitely, I think that this is such a great activity for kids to engage in. So, all right, let's move into our teenagers. God, they're so fun. Everyone feels like their teenagers are fun because I'm in the struggle bus on both ends. So, and I'm actually going to start leaning into this Claricom and teaching Tay a little bit more about leaning into this. So, teen boys, I will say this: balance and frankincense when Zyler were young was young was like his go-to. Like I would have a bottle and have him inhale it and have him take deep breaths when he was, having big emotional feelings. I know I use Balance a lot. I've talked about it being my road rage oil. So just honestly, just inhaling it throughout the day, applying on the bottoms of the feet. They have sandalwood here. And sandalwood helps to balance hormones and improve mood. So that can be a valuable oil for teenage boys. Also, just diffusing oils that have sandalwood in it. If we think of like our Malama blend and other oils that we have. Oh, sorry. And then for our girls, Claricalm, abdomen, wrists, menstrual discomfort. This can be used daily to and using an uplifting citrus, bergamot, wild orange to support crabby mood. So, we might not be able to control everything our teens do, but we can definitely control some of it, right? The diffusion and some of the other things. So, here are some hormonal support protocols that you could lean into. Hormones help your teen's growing body. They can cause mood swings, hair growth, weight gain, fatigue, impulses that they've never had. And so all of these things are happening all at the same time and they're kind of going crazy. So here are some products that can help support the mind and mood, adaptive. But again, we have so many options. Skincare, I do love that HD Clear line, not just the essential oil roller, but the face wash, the lotion and that roller, menstruation support, and then obviously better rest. I like this. If you have a teenager, do you want to form a support club? I feel like we already have that uh, support club going because, oh my gosh. And yes, my mom will always and forever recommend vetiver as a go-to oil for helping to support big emotions too. She swears by putting vetiver in the top of your head every night. So thanks, Mom, for that reminder about vetiver. Here are some other suggestions for teen support, which I feel like we all know, right? Deep Blue Rub, without a doubt, a go-to must-have. Stinky Purify, from stinky shoes to smelly gym bags. This oil can cut the smell. It's really funny because up until this year, like I didn't really do anything for like the stinkiness, and but football season just proved to just be too much for me to handle. And I did make spray bottles of Purify, and I would actually I did a few drops of Purify, but it's kind of strong, and I put in some On Guard cleaner concentrate as sort of the base, with diluted with water, and then a few drops of Purify, and he happily sprayed down all of his things all the time. It did not really help when he got into the car after practice, but at least once we got home and he was cleaning out his bags and stuff, it definitely helped. And adaptive is one option, but honestly, there's so many options for emotional support. And you really just need to find what works for your kids and your babies and your teens. Oh, okay, great, Kate. Adaptive capsules for the win when the emotions are high for the teens. Okay, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I need to start considering that actually. That's actually a great one. So I do want to talk a little bit though, and to make a connection to all ages when it comes to the basis of the wellness pyramid and really how we want to start our day. So we really want to be having our kids get whole food vitamin supplementation, quality omegas. These are critical products. So VMG plus is really okay for almost all ages. It's just a matter of how much you give them. So right now I have Tatum doing half a packet of VMG plus, and I actually have her taking 2 omegas a day. Um, Typically for someone of her size, 1 omega a day would be okay, but considering what she's experiencing right now, I definitely recommend, and I have her on 2 omegas a day. Zyler still takes LLV. He's probably like 4 or 5 times out of the week, which I feel like for a teenager is better than nothing. And so he takes LLV, no alpha CRS though, and he takes a mix of, he also takes Copaiba and DDR Prime. I think he might stay on LLV, to be honest. Like that's what he's been doing for years. It's working for him. He didn't particularly love VMG, didn't not like it, but like I think for him swallowing the pills is just easier. Tay doesn't really like to swallow pills. Now, when it comes to the VMG dosing, um, essentially Tay's on half a packet because she's like half an adult, if even. And if you had younger kids or kids, like I know, oh gosh, Lauren Bush, well, she's got like a gaggle, maybe a dozen kids, but she has 3 younger kids who she makes 1 packet of VMG plus and then splits it amongst the 3 children. Really, though, from what I've heard, is that this would be appropriate for all ages. Again, it would just be how much you wanted to give them. Or how much dosing. So just a reminder about what sets VMG apart in terms of like an overall daily um multivitamin. But what's really important is that we understand the absorption, not just the absorption, but the retention. So that bioavailability, but our bioretention, our body's ability to tap into these um, minerals, vitamins and minerals throughout the day. Clean vegan gives us both macro and micronutrients that supports energy, immune system, gut health. There are probiotics in there. There are digestive enzymes in there. There's not enough of the probiotic. There's only the probiotics, so that's why we want to still take our PB assist. Sorry, our PB restore, because of the prebiotics, the prebiotics, the postbiotics, the phages. Okay, this is why. But we do get some probiotics within the VMG. Now we do get digestive enzymes as well. You would probably want to take more digestive enzymes if you're irregular with your bowel movements, if you're when you eating big meals. But if you were like me, that I was taking digestive enzymes every morning, now that I take the VMG plus first thing in the morning, I've cut out those digestive enzymes and I just take them as needed. Really, when I eat bigger, heavier meals. Okay. So this really is a green superfood blend. We have those E Omega Plus, and you guys, omegas, essential omega are so essential. Omega fatty acids are so critical for our children. Okay. And so for their brain development, their heart development, all of the reasons why we need it as adults is why our kids need them in their growing, developing bodies. I also want to give a reminder about if you have children that struggle with ADHD, in other areas, you're going to want to give them even more omegas than the standard dose for their age and size. Okay. So, again, our omegas are now sourced from the Nordic Sea. And honestly, you can't even taste the fish flavor. So, if somebody doesn't want to swallow those pills, they can pop them in their mouth. But really, really critical, all those omega fatty acids for our children's developing brains. And then here are a couple of the other new products that we have: the frankincense stick and Nile, the boswellic acid complex. I'm not going to go heavy into those, but great for all ages, especially that frankincense stick. Definitely for all ages. All right, let's check in on the chat. Gray said adaptive every day for the grandparents. Kanan said purifying tea tree for a win last night. A centipede was hiding in Colton's class. He got bit right before practice. He had to power through practice, but immediately came home and asked for oils. Oh, poor guy. And Ray says Rosie loves VMG. She drinks 1/3 and she's 4. So, oh, thank you, honey. My husband just brought me a little table. We're almost pal, but that was sweet. Thanks, babe. Okay, so thank you guys for sharing that about your kiddos. And I'm gonna actually scroll back up to last week's PowerPoint so that I can just talk a little bit about some quick updates. So here we are. We are in babies, kids, and teens tonight. Next week will be a game night. I actually won't be here, but we hope you log on. Stay tuned for some more directions about what that might look like. Might be a little like pajama party fun, but stay tuned. We'll send out more information. But we are going to take off for the holiday season as we do every year. And this year, in 2025, we'll resume team calls on January 8th because January 1st is the first Wednesday, and we're not going to have anybody come to the call on January 1st. So we will resume our calls on January 8th. Here's a little update though. We are going to have to cancel our January 4th KMR trip. Because this is a high tourist season, the prices are insane for tickets. Like almost $200 one way. And so that's just not really feasible for anyone to be paying $300 to $400 to go over for a day trip. So now we know, as we look ahead to plan, we will still have our last date, which shucks, I don't have handy, but is sometime in March. So if you are wanting to go on a day trip and you haven't yet, please make sure to go to that bit.ly as listed there and put in your intention for wanting to go to that last day trip. We will have our leadership retreat in June, but we will be sharing in the new year. Gosh, you guys, where did my phone go though? That's weird. Oh, it's over there. In the new year, what that's going to look like. I think first we're going to get interest, who's interested in going, and then depending on how many people are going, we might have to put some parameters around that just because we can only take so many people. And while the intention is to get lost in the forest and connect with the Aina and so forth, it is with the intention of, the intention there of connecting with the company in order to move forward in sharing our oils as well. And so while I would love to take everyone that wants to go, this is, we want everyone to experience it, but also to with the intention of I'm going there to strengthen my connection and belief in the company and the product so that I am therefore sharing that with others. So but stay tuned for more information on that. Oh, thanks, Kate. Okay, so March 26th is the final day trip to KMR. And if you are interested in the retreat, the Kapilina retreat in June, we will start collecting that information in January, February, and start getting commitments from people and seeing what that looks like. Because while we also want people to have that intention of connecting with the purpose to share, we don't want any of those spots to go to waste either. And so we want to fill them all. And, we know it's hard. It's summer. There is a cost attached to it. So we will share more of that in the new year. Crazy, right? You guys, December 11th, 2024, like how are we here? It's so nutty. All right. I am going to check the chat. Okay. Thanks, Mom. If you could please go to that bit.ly and fill out that link, that would be helpful. I'm not sure if you did already, and if your name is already on there, then that's easy. But if you didn't, if you could fill that out, that would be great. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and stop my share for showing up for yourself and for your I'm thinking of my family because all my stockings are back here. But you did show up for your family because if you have babies, kids, teens, you showed up to learn more about how you can support them, and you also showed up so that you can share that knowledge with other people. Oh, this is fun, you guys. I did this whole call with Nori in the middle of my teeth. Yeah, here, I'll smile real big for you. This
I
happens all the time to me.
I have a question. Does anybody do you want me to share in the WhatsApp the there was a Hal Elrod call, a
If
whole
you want to, yeah, you're free to share whatever you want, and that's business related in the WhatsApp group.
okay.
Okay. Um, I have like the biggest gap right here, and this is so funny because I always get stuff stuck in my teeth. And I did have a spam musubi before I got on this call. So, anyway, that's fun. All right, everybody, thank you for showing up for yourselves, for your learning, for your connection, for your community, for your family, for all the things. I'm so grateful for you guys. Oh my God, this is my last team call of 2024. So, thank you all for being here. You are so loved and so appreciated. And I hope that you come next week for game night. Have a great night, everybody.